Before submitting to film festivals, filmmakers should do their research, but what exactly does that mean? Well, today I'm going to show you precisely how to research a film festival. My name's Rudy. On this channel, I help out indie filmmakers like you. Welcome to the Film Festival Guide. Do your research. It's something I've said on almost every single video on this channel, and there's a reason why. Researching a festival before you submit will save you time and money. It will increase your chances of getting selected and ultimately help advance your career. But what should you be looking for? Well, actually, there's quite a lot, so I'm going to break it down into two categories: beginner level and advanced level. But before you get going, there's tons of scams out there. Luckily for you, I've made helpful videos on common festival scams and what makes festivals legit. I'll leave links down in the description. Let's start with the beginner level. Firstly, you need to research if the festival will help you with your goal. So what is your goal? Well, that's a question only you can answer. Networking, finding financing, landing distribution, press, travel, whatever your goal is, the festival needs to help you reach that goal. Let's say that you want to network. Well, there's two things you need to be looking for during your research. Does the festival have networking parties and events? And do the kinds of people you want to network with attend the festival? If you're trying to network with potential clients, you need to make sure the festival draws that sort of audience. And if you want to network with other filmmakers, say you want to meet a DP or a producer, you need to research if those kinds of filmmakers attend. What do you look for in a festival? Let me know down in the comments. The next big thing you need to research is whether or not the festival even screens films like yours. You won't believe how many people have a narrative drama and they'll send it off to a festival like Ann Arbor, which only accepts experimental films. By doing a bit of research, not only will you save money, but you'll also save yourself the heartbreak of rejection. Look into the festival's past programming and see if they've screened movies like yours, how many, and vitally, how often. By doing this extra step of research, you are going to reduce the amount of rejections that you get simply because you're not sending your movie to festivals that won't take it. Part of your research should include learning all of the nuances of submitting to film festivals. That's why it's a good idea to hit that subscribe button. 80% of my viewers are not subscribed, so if you find this content helpful, please take 5 seconds to support the channel. Thank you very much. Premiere requirements are another important thing that you should be looking for in your research. Some festivals require a premiere, others do not. I often see filmmakers submit to multiple festivals with conflicting premiere requirements, which means if they get into one, they've totally shot themselves in the foot with the other submissions. Talk about a waste of money. And last, on the beginner level, it's always a good idea to read the festival's rules. They might have rules about the age of the film, the location it was produced in, the demographics of the filmmakers themselves, or even the types of films that they accept. All of that stuff, so make sure you do your homework so you don't get rejected on a technicality. From here on out, everything gets a bit more advanced, so if you're a new filmmaker, if you're new to film festivals, you can stop right here. Everything I've already given you right now is going to be super helpful for you. But if you're a filmmaker that's been around the block, if you have some film festival experience, or if you're into like playing some kind of 3D chess, stick around because I've got some more advanced stuff that you should research before you submit to film festivals. The first bit of advanced research that you can do is looking into the festival staff themselves. Who are they? What's their background? And most importantly, why are they running a film festival? Are they doing it for the love of cinema or to support their community or because they're filmmakers themselves? That's a positive sign of a worthwhile film festival. But if you discover the festival staff runs 4 or 5 other festivals or they have no connection to the community, well, that could mean they're just in it for the money. And don't get me wrong, you don't have to be a filmmaker to be qualified to run a film festival. There are plenty of cinephiles out there who just have a deep love for the art form. I can't paint, but I love going to art walks and museums. What's important is to try to read between the lines. Who are the festival staff, what their background is, and why would they want to run a film festival in the first place? And if you really want to be a crazy detective, you can dig into the festival's finances. In fact, if they're a nonprofit, they have to publish this information by law, which is how I know the CEO of Sundance makes more than $500,000 a year, and the managing director makes more than $400,000 a year. Do with that what you will. And speaking of finances, it's not a bad idea to research the festival's sponsorship. If the festival is sponsored by a tech company like Microsoft or Meta, they may not accept anti-tech sci-fi movies. The sponsors may not want that sort of story in the festival that they're throwing money at. By researching the festival's sponsorship, you can get clues about the festival's goals and what sort of films they may be motivated to screen. And if it's a nonprofit, you can take it a step further and look at what their financial records for the past couple of years years have been. Seriously, I wasn't kidding you, this is pretty advanced stuff, but as my boy Lester says,
you start to follow the money, and you don't know where the it's gonna take you.
And if you want to save money, well, in your research, you can start digging into how much it's going to cost you to travel to the festival. Some festivals are hosted in very expensive cities or remote towns that cost extra to travel to. You may even want to research whether or not it's tourist season. If so, hotels, plane tickets, and car rentals are going to be more expensive. In general, I think it's very good advice to consider how much the travel expense is going to be before you even submit to the festival. Sorry, Australian festivals, one of these days I'll have enough money to actually travel to you. More advanced research look into the festival's venue. Is the festival at a movie theater, a performance arts auditorium, or somewhere else? Knowing what the venue is may also inform what types of movies the festival might prefer. If the venue is a movie theater, well, that doesn't really tell you much, but if the venue is a museum or a library, that might inform you what types of films the festival is more interested in screening, and more importantly, what types of films they may not even want to screen. Another thing to research is looking at partner organizations. Is the film festival a member of the Film Festival Alliance? Or does it partner with other professional organizations like AWD or IDA? We do, that's why I use those examples. Partner organizations bring a lot of legitimacy to a festival and provide a kind of checks and balances for filmmakers. They also usually give discounts to members, so that's an added benefit if you belong to one of those organizations. And speaking of partnerships, it's always a good sign if the festival is partnered with a local tourist board or the local government. My last bit of research advice is going to be festival reviews. And no, not these reviews at the bottom of the festival's Film Freeway page. I don't mean to throw shade at Film Freeway, but most of these reviews aren't that useful. In fact, I've seen scam festivals with hundreds of 5-star reviews. So yeah, that doesn't help out very much, so where are you going to find trustworthy reviews? Well, that's the trick, isn't it? And that's why this is in the advanced section and not the beginner section. Discord, Reddit, and Facebook are decent starting points if you want direct, unfiltered feedback from filmmakers, but they can be stilted. Asking around in your network is another way to get honest recommendations. Looking back to the partner organizations, that's another avenue of finding good festivals. Best part is you don't have to be a member of those organizations to look at their partner list. And if all else fails and you don't mind taking some time, look into the festival's past programming, pick a couple of films, find those filmmakers on social media or IMDb, get their email, reach out to them, and just ask about their experience. If you want raw, unfiltered opinions about a film festival from the filmmakers who were actually there, that's the way to do it. I hope you found this research guide on film festivals helpful. If you did, please support the channel with a like and subscribe. And share it with your friends, why not? I've got a couple more videos cooking right now, but until those come out, I'll see you on the circuit.